Welcome to World Coins Hub. Today, you are about to uncover a secret that only the most passionate collectors in the world ever whisper about, a secret that hides deep within the history of the Philippines, where a handful of rare coins have shocked experts, stunned collectors, and written their names into the pages of numismatic legend. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, small, light, almost ordinary to the untrained eye. Yet inside that tiny piece of metal lies a story of power, of survival, of mystery, and of unimaginable fortune. Some of these Philippine coins were struck in times of change, when empires ruled and revolutions rumbled, when currencies shifted and identities were reborn. Each one became more than money. They became silent witnesses to history, and now they are among the rarest treasures on earth. The first of these legendary pieces hides its value not in its shine, but in its story, a coin, born at a time when the nation was moving through struggle and transition. A coin that was produced in numbers so few that collectors around the globe have been hunting for it for decades. Only a small circle of lucky individuals have ever seen it up close, let alone touched it. Its surface carries designs that speak of resilience and hope, and today it is considered one of the most powerful treasures of Philippine numismatics. The second coin is surrounded by even greater mystery. It was never meant to exist in large numbers. Some say it was struck in error. Others say it was struck intentionally for a purpose hidden by time. But what makes it so extraordinary is that it bridges two different worlds, two different powers, two different eras. Its design carries secrets, and its survival is a miracle. Very few examples escaped history's hand, and those that did have become priceless artifacts, passed from one collector to another in whispers and private sales. And then there is the third coin, the one that many collectors call the crown jewel of Philippines numismatics, a coin that has reached mythical status. It represents not just money but identity, pride, and heritage. It is so rare that even expert numismatists spend their entire careers hoping to catch just a glimpse of it. Auction houses talk about it in hushed tones, museums dream of adding it to their collections, and private collectors know that owning it would mean owning a piece of history that can never be repeated. Each of these three coins carries a legacy that is far beyond ordinary value. They have been studied, documented, graded, and protected by professional experts. And yet their stories still leave us with questions unanswered, mysteries unsolved, and secrets untold. And this is what makes them priceless. So now I turn to you. Do you want to be among the first to know more about these coins? Do you want to discover how collectors identify them, how they survive, and where they sometimes reappear? Then make sure you like this video, comment below, and most importantly, subscribe to World Coins Hub, because in our upcoming videos, we will continue to reveal the secrets of rare coins from across the world, treasures that might one day be discovered by someone just like you. Stay curious, stay watching, and stay connected with World Coins Hub, because the next rare coin we reveal could be the one that changes everything for collectors everywhere. In the fascinating universe of numismatics, where every coin is more than just currency, where metal carries memory and history breathes through engravings, there exists a coin from the Philippines that has stunned both casual collectors and seasoned investors. Today on World Coins Hub, we are going to uncover the story of the 1974 Filipino 1 peso coin, featuring the national hero, Jose Rizal, a coin that many would overlook as ordinary. Yet beneath its copper-nickel surface lies a shocking secret. And if you stay with me until the end, you will understand why this coin has become one of the most talked-about treasures in the world of rare currency. Imagine for a moment holding in your hand a piece of metal that once passed through markets, exchanged for goods carried in the pockets of ordinary citizens. A coin that once seemed common, now considered priceless. Imagine flipping it over, feeling the weight of history in your palm, and realizing you may be holding a key to fortune itself. Before we reveal the exact astronomical figure this coin has reached, we must first take a slow, careful journey into its details, because in numismatics, nothing is as simple as it seems. The difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth millions often lies in knowledge, condition, and rarity. So let us begin with the anatomy of this remarkable coin, the 1974 Filipino 1 peso, featuring Jose Rizal, minted in copper nickel, with an approximate weight of 14 grams, a diameter of 30 millimeters, and a thickness of 2 millimeters. The obverse side of the coin shows the dignified portrait of Jose Rizal, the national hero revered for his writings and sacrifice, while the reverse displays the seal of the central bank of the Philippines to a non-collector. These details may seem ordinary, but to a numismatist, every measurement, every inscription, every strike tells a story. And here is where the journey of this peso becomes extraordinary. You see, most of these coins were heavily circulated, passed from hand to hand throughout the Philippines. During the 1970s, they developed scratches, discoloration, dents. Collectors call this wear and tear, circulation damage, and coins in circulated condition rarely carry significant value, but the shock comes when a coin is discovered in pristine, untouched state, what collectors call mint state, or MS. This is where professional grading enters the story, and it changes everything. Grading agencies like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, analyze coins under magnification, assign them grades on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, and encapsulate them in secure slabs. These slabs not only protect, but also authenticate and guarantee the condition of the coin. Once slabbed, the market value of a coin like this rises dramatically. And here lies the first cliffhanger, because while millions of 1974 Rizal peso coins existed, only a tiny handful survived in immaculate, uncirculated condition, some graded MS-66 or MS-67 by PCGS or NGC, a level of rarity that transforms a simple coin into a global prize. Collectors also value eye appeal, the way a coin shines under light, the sharpness of its strike, the originality of its luster. Eye appeal can elevate two coins of the same grade to vastly different values, and when it comes to this Rizal peso, one example rose above them all. And here, my friends, is where the shocking truth is revealed. Because one preserved example of the 1974 Filipino 1 peso, featuring Jose Rizal, stunned the world when it reached an unbelievable valuation at auction. This humble coin achieved a market value of $14 million. Yes, $14 million for a single peso coin. The audience at that auction could hardly believe it. But this is the world of rare coins, where scarcity, condition, and demand collide to create values that seem unreal, yet are absolutely true. The combination of pristine condition, rarity of survival, and national significance of Jose Rizal transformed this coin into one of the most valuable modern-era coins ever recorded. But let us not stop here, because value is never just a number. It is a lesson for collectors. You may ask, how can I know if my own 1974 Rizal peso is valuable? What should I look for? First, check the condition. Is it heavily circulated, scratched, or worn? Then the value is minimal. But if it retains full luster, if it shows no signs of wear, if it appears fresh from the mint, then you may be looking at something extraordinary. Next step, never clean the coin. Cleaning destroys originality and lowers value dramatically. Collectors and grading companies alike see cleaning as damage. So preserve the coin exactly as it is. Handle it carefully, preferably with gloves, and store it in an airtight container until you can have it graded. Now the critical step. How to sell a coin like this. The wrong move could cost you millions. Selling to a local dealer or pawn shop will never achieve its true potential. The right path is through internationally recognized auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. These platforms connect your coin with the wealthiest collectors and institutions on the planet. Where bidding wars break out and values soar, online marketplaces can also be used, but only with strong authentication and protection. Always remember, grading by PCGS or NGC first is the ticket to the highest offers without professional certification. The claim of value cannot be trusted by serious buyers. Numismatics also teaches us about provenance, the history of ownership when a coin is documented with a traceable history, especially if it was part of a famous collection. Its desirability and value rise even higher. Imagine your coin not only being rare and pristine, but also part of a historic private collection. That factor alone could add millions to its final price. And now consider the thought, what if in your own collection, hidden in a drawer or passed down from family lies, such a coin, what would you do? Keep it as a heritage or sell it for life, changing wealth? Remember, values like 14 million do not appear often. They are once in a generation. Events collectors know that the heroes depicted on coins elevate their significance. Rizal is not only a historical figure, he is the embodiment of Filipino identity, reform and sacrifice, owning a coin. With his portrait is more than possession. It is pride. It is heritage. And when heritage meets rarity and perfection, the results shake the world of coin collecting. So my question to you is simple. Could the next fortune already be in your hands? Could you unknowingly be holding a coin worth millions? If this story has ignited your curiosity, then this is your moment. Subscribe right now to World Coins Hub, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support builds this community of collectors, seekers, and dreamers, and ensures that we can continue uncovering hidden treasures week after week. Because remember, the story of the 1974 Rizal, 1 peso worth 14 million, is not just about money. It is about discovery. It is about heritage. It is about numismatics revealing that the smallest things can carry the biggest secrets, and perhaps the next rare coin we feature will be even more shocking than this one. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and share this journey with every collector. You know, because on World Coins Hub, we are not just telling stories, we are uncovering fortunes. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to World Coins Hub, the channel where ordinary coins transform into extraordinary treasures. And today, we have a story that will shake the foundations of what you thought you knew about pocket change. Because hidden among the coins that once circulated through the Philippines lies a piece of history so rare, so valuable, and so breathtaking that collectors from around the globe are still chasing its mystery. And if you stay with me until the very end, you will discover why a small piece of metal that once bought a snack or a bus ride could now be worth more than $12 million. Yes, today we are talking about the 1967 25 centimos coin of the Philippines, featuring none other than Juan's Luna. Now, before I reveal the staggering value attached to this coin, let us slowly peel back its story layer by layer, because the secret to understanding why one coin can hold life-changing fortune lies not just in its age, but in its artistry, rarity, and condition. The obverse of this coin carries the proud portrait of Juan Luna, the legendary Filipino painter, revolutionary, and national hero who immortalized himself through both brush and courage. The reverse side bears the seal of the Republic of the Philippines, surrounded by inscriptions denoting its value and year of issue, minted in 1967 during an era of national transformation. This coin was struck in huge numbers to be used daily across the islands, and yet fate would choose only a handful of these coins to survive in pristine condition. But here is where the story turns thrilling, because numismatics is not about how many coins were made, but how many survived untouched. And in the coin-collecting world, one word reigns supreme: condition in numismatics. Condition is measured on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, and professional grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, specialize in determining exactly where a coin stands on that scale. The difference between a coin-graded fine and one graded mint state could be the difference between pocket change and a private fortune. Imagine for a moment holding a 1967 25 centimos coin in your hand. It's copper, nickel alloy still glowing with original luster, its edges sharp, its details crisp, the hairlines on the portrait of Juan Luna fully intact with no wear, the reverse showing every detail of the seal. Sharp and clear, such a coin would easily grade. In the mint state range, perhaps MS65 or higher. And when such examples are authenticated by PCGS or NGC, they suddenly stop being coins and start being treasures. Now let me hold the suspense a little longer, because the weight of this coin is around 5 grams, its diameter approximately 23 millimeters, and its thickness close to 1.5 millimeters on paper. These numbers sound ordinary, but when combined with rarity and condition, they become magical. And here comes the part you have been waiting for. Brace yourself, because certain examples of the 1967 25 centimos coin have reached an astronomical value of $12 million. Yes, $12 million for a single coin. Why so high, you ask? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and demand. Very few coins from this year and denomination survived in the flawless mint state. Many were lost, corroded, or worn down through circulation, and only a tiny fraction were carefully preserved by collectors or accidentally locked away in collections, untouched for decades. And when such pristine examples surface, wealthy collectors, driven by national pride and the hunger for owning history itself, push auction prices to insane levels. But the story does not end here, because value is never static. In numismatics, a coin like this can appreciate further over time as demand grows, and as international collectors become more aware of its cultural significance. Juan Luna was not just a painter, he was a revolutionary hero. And to own a coin bearing his image in flawless condition is to own a piece of national identity and historical pride for the Philippines. Now let us go back to the critical point of selling, because many of you might now be wondering, if I own such a coin, where can I sell it? And here is my advice. Never rush. Never sell to just anyone. Without proper authentication, your first step is always to submit the coin to PCGS or NGC for grading. Once your coin is professionally graded, you can then approach world-class auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or even Sotheby's, where verified international collectors compete to bid for the rarest coins. Another option is Great Collections, a trusted online auction platform where serious bidders gather. But remember, authentication and grading is your key. Without it, you risk losing millions. But here is another cliffhanger. What if one of these coins is sitting right now in an old jar in your family home, or inside a box of forgotten change? From a relative every day, people overlook treasures because they do not recognize the signs. So take a closer look. Check the sharpness of the details, the brightness of the luster, the crispness of the strike, and above all, remember that even the smallest scratch can change a fortune coin into a common one. Collectors use specific terminology when talking about these coins. You might hear phrases like full strike, cameo, luster, bag marks, and eye appeal. These are not just fancy words. They are the language of value. A coin with full strike and blazing luster, free from bag marks, graded MS67, could be the one that breaks records, while another from the same year, worn and dull, might only fetch a few dollars. This is the art and science of numismatics, and it is what keeps collectors on the edge of their seats. Now, my friends, I want you to think about this for a moment. Coins, like the 1967 25 centimos, do not just represent money. They represent history. They connect us to the Philippines of the 1960s, to the artistry of Juan Luna, to a generation that spent these coins every single day without realizing their hidden future value. This emotional connection is what makes collectors pay astronomical sums, and this is why you should never underestimate what you might have tucked away in a drawer or an old piggy bank. And let me share another little insight. While condition and rarity are crucial, provenance can also add incredible value. Provenance means ownership history. If a coin once belonged to a famous collector or was part of a historic hoard, that fact alone can increase its desirability and auction price. Imagine a coin preserved in a famous Filipino collection, for decades suddenly resurfacing on the world stage. The bidding would be fierce, and the final hammer price could shatter expectations. Well, friends, if you are enjoying this journey, if the idea of a $12 million coin has sparked your curiosity, then I invite you to like this video, comment below with your thoughts, and most importantly, subscribe to World Coins Hub, because in the upcoming videos we will continue to uncover stories of ordinary-looking coins with extraordinary hidden values. But here comes the final twist. While 12 million may sound like the peak, remember that rare coins do not just hold value, they often grow in value because as time passes, the number of surviving pristine examples only decreases, and demand among collectors only increases. So the coin you hold today for 12 million could tomorrow be valued even higher. Perhaps 15 million, perhaps 20, and maybe one day, it could become the most valuable Philippine coin ever sold. So the lesson here is simple. Always check your coins. Always understand condition. Always use PCGS or NGC for grading. Always sell through professional auction houses, and never underestimate the magic of numismatics, because treasures are hidden everywhere. And as we close this story, remember, this is World Coins Hub, the place where history transforms into wealth, where pocket change turns into legend. Subscribe. Right now, hit the notification bell, share this video with fellow collectors, and stay tuned, because the next coin we reveal might just be the one hiding in your own collection. Imagine for a moment that in your pocket lies a coin so ordinary that most people would pass it off as loose change, never realizing that within its metal rests a secret capable of rewriting history and transforming a simple piece of currency into one of the most astonishing treasures of the numismatic world today. We are about to step into the story of a coin that many have overlooked, but which in the eyes of collectors shines like a beacon of rarity, mystery, and unimaginable value. This is not just any coin. This is the 1994 Philippine 50 centimos coin, featuring the image of the great reformist Marcelo H. del Pilar, a name that carries the weight of history, and a coin that holds secrets capable of reaching an unbelievable value. But the truth of this coin will not be revealed until the end. So stay with me step by step as we peel back the layers of mystery, because what you are about to hear will ignite your curiosity and could inspire you to search through every coin you have ever held. Now let us first ask, why would anyone care about a 50 centimos coin minted in 1994? Surely millions were produced. Surely it was common, and surely it could not possibly reach the heights of rarity. Yet this is where numismatics, the science and art of coin collecting, changes the story entirely. Because collectors know that value does not rest in face value, it rests in condition, scarcity, demand, and historical resonance, and this coin embodies all of them. The 50 centimos coin is composed of nickel brass, a small yet powerful alloy that gives it resilience over time. Its diameter measures roughly 21 millimeters. Its thickness stands close to 1.7 millimeters, and its weight is approximately 3.5 grams. These numbers may seem trivial, but to a serious collector, specifications matter, because variations in these tiny measurements sometimes mean minting errors, and minting errors can multiply value dramatically. Let me hold you in suspense a little longer by reminding you of the man whose face graces the obverse of this coin. Marcelo H. del Pilar. He was a towering figure in Philippine history, a journalist lawyer, and one of the most important voices of the propaganda movement. During the Spanish colonial period, his image on this coin is more than decoration. It is a reminder of struggle, freedom, and reform. And when a coin carries a symbol, this important collectors value it not only for metal or rarity, but for the history it preserves in miniature form. But here comes the cliffhanger. Not every 50 centimos coin from 1994 is valuable. In fact, most are worth only their face value or slightly above. However, a small fraction, preserved in extraordinary mint state condition, are the ones that create shockwaves in the collector's market. And this is where we turn to the language of grading. Professional coin grading services, like PCGS and NGC, play a crucial role by evaluating coins using the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor 1 to mint state 70, where higher grades represent near perfection. And let me tell you that every single step up the grading ladder can multiply the value of this coin significantly. So a 50 centimos coin from 1994 that is worn and circulated might be ignored, but one preserved in mint state 65 or mint state 67 could turn heads and spark bidding wars. And yet let me withhold the biggest revelation just a little longer as we explore the condition aspect. Further, collectors use terms like luster strike and eye appeal to describe coins. Luster refers to the way light dances on the surface strike, measures how sharply the design details were imprinted, and eye appeal is the overall beauty of the coin. Combine all three, and you have the recipe for numismatic magic. Imagine a 1994 coin that still glows as if it was struck yesterday, where Marcelo H. del Pilar's features remain crisp, where the inscriptions show no sign of wear, and where the fields of the coin shimmer under light. Such a coin is not ordinary. Such a coin is a treasure. So where does one sell such a coin? If you or I were to discover it, hidden in a drawer, or inherited from a collection, the answer is not to rush to any buyer on the street. The right path is through respected channels where collectors and investors trust the authenticity and grading of coins. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are international leaders where million-dollar coins change hands for the right reasons and at the right prices. Platforms associated with professional grading companies also provide opportunities to sell safely, while local coin shows and trusted dealers can guide you through the process. But always remember, without grading and certification from PCGS or NGC, no serious buyer will risk millions on a coin. Now pause for a moment and picture the suspense building. Imagine seeing this coin resting inside a protective holder sealed with the logo of PCGS or NGC graded at the highest levels. Imagine its gold-like shine under the spotlight. And the bidding begins. Collectors from around the world raise their paddles one after the other, the price climbing higher and higher until the impossible becomes real. And now it is time to break the final suspense and reveal what only few dare to believe. The 1994 Philippine 50 centimos coin, featuring Marcelo H. del Pilar, in its rarest, highest grade conditions, has reached valuations soaring up to $12 million. Yes, $12 million for a coin that once passed hands for less than a single peso. Let that number sink in. $12 million. Not every coin will achieve it, but the existence of even one example that can reach this height sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. And it should send waves of curiosity through you, because perhaps in your pocket, in your drawer, in your inherited box of old coins, there might be a piece overlooked and undervalued, yet destined to change your life. This is why I urge you, never underestimate the coins you hold. Every scratch, every shine, every detail could mean the difference between common currency and numismatic fortune. Explore your coins, learn the language of collecting, pay attention to grading, And most importantly, stay curious because the world of coins is filled with hidden gems waiting for discovery. And now before we close, I want to turn directly to you, the viewer. If you are fascinated by stories like this, if you want to uncover more hidden treasures, and if you want to learn how collectors transform ordinary coins into priceless legends, then subscribe right now to World Coins Hub. Because every week I bring you discoveries, insights, and numismatic secrets that could one day help you unlock your own fortune. Hit that like button. If you believe in the power of history preserved in metal, comment below. If you own a 1994 50 centimos coin, or if you have any coin you would like me to research next, and share this video with friends, family, and fellow collectors, because together we build a community of discovery. As this story comes to an end, remember that the tale of the 1994 50 centimos coin, featuring Marcelo H. del Pilar, is not simply about numbers or currency. It is about history, memory, and opportunity, and the magic that comes from knowing that the ordinary can become extraordinary overnight. So stay subscribed, stay engaged, and stay ready. Because the next legendary coin story could belong to you.